A U.S. Bank Credit Union Company Guide. Chapter 1. Where to find lists of banks. Lists of banks websites. americascommunitybankers.com, bankbranchonline.com, bankrate.com, bankweb.com, comparos.com/comparos_b/comparos_bank-directories.htm, ddsi.com/banking, fdic.gov/help, fin.gc.ca/link/bank-c.html, banks in US and Canada, findabetterbank.com, orgc.com/banking.htm, qualisteam.com/eng/conf.html, directory of world banks. This dead website web.archive.org/web/20142020/http://aiotter.com/index.jsp, law equals 1 had good lists of banks worldwide. web.archive.org/web/20142020/http://aiotter.com/index.jsp, law equals 1. It had lists of banks by country, then when you clicked on a bank, you got the address, website, etc. Bank safety rating information. Check your bank or S&L safety rating regularly. If it drops below a C rating, then transfer your funds to a safer bank. Never keep more than the FDIC limit in any one institution. If you want to compare banks in your state, call 800-945-2186 for an order form for a uniform bank performance report, $45. Polk's Directory of Banks, 2001, Elm Hill Road, Nashville, Tennessee, 37210-800-827-2265, is a monster of a book that contains everything you ever wanted to know about banks plus addresses. A smaller, more manageable book is McFadden's American Bank Directory, 6195 Crooked Creek Road, Norcross, Georgia, 300924044481011. They also publish other business-related books. These books are at number 332 at your library, probably in the reference section. Money Magazine publishes banking reports in their banking scorecard section. Bankrate.com, Gomez.com, thestreet.com/tsc/ratings/screener.html, bank, thrift, stock, ETF, and insurance safety ratings. amis.com/ratings/guide.html. The following companies sell reports on the financial stability and profitability of banks, credit unions, and savings and loans, usually for around $10. Bank Rate Monitor. POB 088888. N. Palm Beach, Florida, 33408. 800-327-7717. Bankrate.com. Moody's Investor Services. 99 Church Street, NYC 10007. 212-553-7181. Moodys.com. Standard & Poor's. 25 Broadway, NYC 10004. 212-208-8000. StandardPoor.com. Weiss Research. 2200 North Florida Mango Road, W. Palm Beach, Florida, 33409. 407-684-8100. 800-289-9222. WeissRatings.com. Bank Directories. American Bank Directory. Directory of American Financial Institutions. McFadden Business Publications. 6195 Crooked Creek Road, Norcross, Georgia, 30092. 404-448-1011. American Banker Directory of U.S. Banking Executives. American Banker Incorporated. 525 West 42nd Street, NYC 10036. 212-563-1900. AmericanBanker.com. Bankers Roundtable. Number 600. 805 15th Street Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-289-4322. Membership Directory of Banks. Commercial Finance Association. 225 West 34th Street. Number 1815. NYC 10122. 212-594-3490. Roster of members. Corporate Financial Blue Book. Macmillan & Co. 866 3rd Avenue. NYC 10022. 212-702-2000. Directory of Savings and Loans Assets. T.K. Saunderson. 200 East 25th Street. Baltimore, Maryland 21212. 301-235-3383. Financial Executives Institute. POG 1938. Morristown, New Jersey 07962-1938. 201-898-4600. Membership Directory. Moody's Investor Services. 99 Church Street. NYC 10013. 800-342-5647. 212-553-0300. Moodus.com. Bank and Finance Manual. Pokes Bank Publications. 2001 Elm Hill Road. Nashville, Tennessee 37210. 800-827-2265. 615-889-3350. Thompson Financial Pub. 4709 West Gulf Road. Skokie, Illinois 60076. 800-321-3373. 847-676-9600. TFP.com. McFadden American Financial Directory, Thomson Bank Directory, American Savings Directory, State Directories, Regional Directories and more. Who's Who in Banking. Business Press Incorporated. 32 Broadway. NYC 10004. Who's Who in Finance and Industry. 200 East Ohio Street. Chicago, Illinois 60611. 312-787-2008. Chapter 2. A U.S. Bank Guide. Specific bank websites 1. AbbeyBank.com. AbramsBank.com, Texas. AdamsBank.com, for women, Washington, D.C. AdventInternational.com. AgFirst.com. IBNewYork.com, Allied Irish Banks. AllianceCapital.com. AmeriBank.com. AmericanExpress.com. AMNB.com. AmSouth.com, Southeast. ANB.com, Amarillo, Texas. ANBCards.com, Associates National. ApolloTrust.com, Pennsylvania. Arctic.net/Northrim, Anchorage, Alaska. ArcNATL.com, Arkansas. AssociationBank.com. AtlantaBank.com, 888-256-6932. BankAmerica.com. BankAmerica.com, Bank of America. BankAtlantic.com, 800-741-1700. BankBoston.com. BankCaroline.com, 877-692-2765. BankDirect.com, 877-839-2737. BankersTrust.com. BankLodi.com. BankND.com, North Dakota. BankNorth.com. BankNR.com, New Richmond. BankOfAmerica.com. BankOfClark.com, Virginia. BankOfGalveston.com, Texas. BankOfNewYork.com. BankOfUtah.com. BancoNE.com, BancoZArc.com, Arkansas, BankPAPN.com, BankRCB.com, OK, BankStockton.com, California, BankUnited.com, Houston, TX, Barclays.com, Barnett.com, 800-441-2299, BayviewBank.com, BB&T.com, Bank for Small Businesses, BBH.com, Brown Brothers Harriman, BKBank.com, BofA.com, Bank of America, BoFP.com, Petaluma, CA, BOH.com, Bank of Hawaii, BostonFed.com, BOTC.com, Bank of the Cascades, BrentonBank.com, Idaho, BroadwayBank.com, San Antonio, TX, BrooklineSavings.com, BSBBank.com, CAF.com, CambridgeSavings.com, CapeCod5.com, Massachusetts, CapitalOne.com, CapitalOne.com, Capital One, CathayBank.com, CCBOnline.com, CenteNNBank.com, Missouri, CentralVABank.com, Centura.com, Rocky MT, NC, CenturyBank.com, CFBX.com, CharterNationalBank.com, Chase.com, Chase.com, Chase, Chittenden.com, Vermont, Citibank.com, Citibank.com, 800-374-9800, Citibank.com, Citibank, CitibankDirect.com, CitizensOnline.com, Midwest, CityNational.com, Florida, CityNTL.com, CivicBank.com, San Francisco, CA, ClarityBank.com, CNBOfTX.com, Citizens National of TX, CNBT.com, Taylor, TX, CNB-Waco.com, Waco, TX, CoastBusinessCredit.com, Loans to High-Tech Businesses, CobaNK.com, Comank.com, Hudson, Ma, Comerica.com, ComFedBank.com, CommonwealthBank.com, CompassWeb.com, Southeast, CompuBank.com, 888-479-9292, ConwayNationalBank.com, South Carolina, CountryClubBank.com, Kansas, CountryWideBank.com, CPBI.com, CrestAR.com, Virginia, scif-kr.edu.pl/com/ppa Bank, Polish American Bank, dcbt.com, 800-952-2039, dime.com, NYC, directbanking.com, dkbca.com, Daiichi Kangayo Bank, California, Dresdena-bank.com, DresdenaKB.com, EAB.com, European American Bank, EarlYernos.com, Eastern.com, EasternBank.com, Massachusetts, eTradeBank.com, EverBank.com, ExchangeBK.com, Missouri, FanB.com, FarmCredit.com, FBS.com, First Bank, MN, FCBinc.com, West Virginia, FCBMilton.com, Wisconsin, FCBSC.com, South Carolina, FCTC.com, First Chicago Trust, FHB.com, Hawaii, FitFed.com, Florida, FifthThird.com, Ohio, FirstAmTrade.com, FirstAR.com, Missouri, FirstArkansasBank.com, FirstBancorp.com, FirstCharter.com, First Chicago, FCNBD.com, FirstCitizens.com, North Carolina. FirstCitibank.com, Florida. FirstFederal.com. FirstIB.com, 888-873-3424. FirstIndiana.com. FirstMidwest.com. FirstMutual.com. FirstNB.com. FirstNBCannonCity.com. FirstTennessee.com. FirstTrust.com, Denver, Co. FirstUnion.com, East Coast. FirstVirginia.com, Virginia. Fleet.com. FleetCapital.com. FMBanks.com. FNBBaldwin.com. FNBND.com, North Dakota. FNBO.com, Omaha, NA. FNBRF.com. FNBWISMIN.com, Hudson, WI. FNSouth.com. FranklinBank.com, Detroit. FranklinSavings.com, Ohio. Fredonia.com, Texas. FremontBank.com, Fremont, CA. FrostBank.com, Texas. FSBankNewJersey.com, New Jersey. FSBB.com, Farmers State. FTB.com, Tennessee. FTPB.com, Founders Trust Personal. FullT.com, Pennsylvania. FUSA.com. GeoBank.com, Georgia. GlenFed.com, Glendale, CA. GrandNational.com. GreenBeltBank.com, Iowa. GreenvilleNationalBank.com. GS.com, Goldman Sachs. HappyBank.com, Texas. HarrisBank.com, Chicago. HarvestCommunityBank.com. HaverhillCoopBank.com, Massachusetts. Huntington.com, Ohio, 800-477-9236. ICBNY.com, New York. Ingdirect.com, Ingdirect. Interwestbank.com, Washington State. JeffBank.com, New York. Jetco.com/ONB, Oklahoma. JPMorgan.com. JPMorgan.com, JP Morgan. KBW.com, Keefe, Bruyette, and Woods. KCSBank.com, Kalamazoo County. KEY.com. KeyBank.com, Idaho, 800-872-5553. Keyfin.com, Pennsylvania. Kingfield.com, Maine. LafayetteBank.com, Easton, Pa. Lisby.com, Long Island. LJBank.com, La Jolla Bank, CA. LSBank.com, Lafayette, in. LVNB.com, Pennsylvania. MarineMidland.com, New York. MarketWayne.com, Mercantile Bank, Missouri. Marquette.com, Minnesota. MartinsburgBank.com. MBNA.com. MedfordBank.com, Massachusetts. Mellon.com. Mercantile.net. Mercantile.net/citizens. Mercantilesavaingsbank.com, Ohio, Kentucky. MeritaNewYork.com, Merita Nordbanken. MiserP.com, Wisconsin. MiddlesexBank.com, Massachusetts. MeDirect.net. ML.com, Merrill Lynch. MonroeBK.com, Alabama. NatBK.com, National Bank of Southern CA. NationalCity.com, Ohio. NationsBank.com. NatPenBank.com, 800-822-3321. NasBank.com, Pennsylvania. NCBT.com, North Country Bank. NetBank.com, entirely online. NoriBank.com, Northumberland National. NorthForkBank.com, New York. NTRS.com, Northern Trust. OceanMarkBank.com, Florida. OhioBank.com. OhioSavings.com. OldKent.com, Michigan. OldNational.com, Indiana. OmniBank.com, Michigan. ONB.abcbank.com, Owensboro, KY. OrchardBank.com. Oxford-Bank.com. PacCrest.com, Pacific Crest Bank. PaineWeber.com. POS.com/1SDSRC, 888-258-3150. Peoples.com, Connecticut. PeoplesandBank.com. PerpetualWeb.com, Iowa. PFFBank.com, California. PilotOnline.com/Bach, Bank of the Commonwealth, Virginia. PlymouthSavings.com, Massachusetts. PNCBank.com. PremierBNK.com, Florida. Premium.com, 800-888-4423. Presidential.com. ProvidentBank.com, Ohio. Provincetown.com/SCAMens, Ma. PSBNetBank.com. PWCGlobal.com, PricewaterhouseCooper. QCSB.com, New York. RegionalMissouri.com, Regional Missouri Bank. Regions.com. RegionsBank.com, Alabama. RepublicBank.com, Kentucky. RigCo.com, East Coast. RigsBank.com. RitzBBG.com. RNB.com, Republic New York Corp. RNBank.com, Republican National Bank. RoyalBankJersey.com, Canadian Bank in U.S. RushmoreBank.com. Salem5.com, 888-666-5500. Salem5Direct.com. Sanwa-Bank-ca.com. Savingsbank.biz. Schwab.com. SecuritiesStateBank.com. SFNB.com, Security First, Atlanta, GA, 800-736-2321. Signat.com. SKA.com, Credit Suisse. SmithBarney.com. SouthFirst.com. StarBank.com. StateCentralBank.com. StateFarm.com. TCFBank.com, Michigan. TDMI.com. Telebank.com, 800-Telebank. TelebankOnline.com. TexasBank.com. TexasFirstBanks.com. TFCLoans.com, Illinois. TheAppleBank.com, New York. The-Bank-ER.com, Elk River, MN. TheBankofGC.com, New Jersey. TheCarthageBank.com. The-Dime.com. TheMoneyStore.com, Loans. TheMoneyStore.com/small_business, loans to small business. TheUp-Tick.com, investment banking. Tokai.com. TreasuryBank.com, 800-882-2868. UBOC.com, California. UnitedNational.com, New Jersey. Onivus-Corp.com, Pennsylvania. Upbank.dec.tis.net, Union Planters Bank, Alabama. USABankshares.com, 877-482-2650. USAccess.com, 877-369-2265. USAccessBank.com. USBank.com. Visa.com. Wachovia.com, NC. Wachovia.com, Wachovia. WaldoBoroBank.com. WAMU.com, Washington State. WCNBWorcester.com, Ohio. WDR.com, Dillon, Reed & Co. WebsterBank.com, CT. WellsFargo.com. WellsFargo.com, California. WellsFargo.com, Wells Fargo. WestAmerica.com. WestCoastBancorp.com, or WesternSecurityBank.com, MT. WesternStateBank.com. WilburBank.com. Wingspan.com, 888-736-8611. WingspanBank.com. Wintrust.com. WSFSBank.com, Delaware. X.com. YorkFed.com, 800-222 IFT, Pennsylvania. Zionsbank.com, Utah. Specific bank websites too. BankOfAmerica.com. Barclays.com. Blackstone.com. BNPParibas.com. CenterviewPartners.com. CommerceBank.com. Cowen.com. Credit-Agricole.fr. Credit-Suisse.com. DB.com. Evercore.com. GoldmanSachs.com. Greenhill.com. GuggenheimPartners.com/services/securities. HarrisWilliams.com. HL.com. HSBC.com. ING.com. Jefferies.com. JPMorgan.com. Lazard.com. LoopCapital.com. LoopCapital.com/careers. Moelis.com. Moelis.com/careers. Morganstanley.com. Nomura.com/Europe. PJSolomon.com. PWPartners.com. RBCCM.com. RBS.co.uk. Rothschild.com. Rothschild.com/USA. SC.com. SOCGen.com. UBS.com. WilliamBlair.com. Some U.S. bank company websites at disfold.com/top-us-banks. Citizensbank.com. Regions.com. KEY.com. MTB.com. Synchrony.com. 53.com. SVB.com. FirstRepublic.com. Discover.com. CapitalOne.com. PNC.com. USBank.com. Truist.com. GoldmanSachs.com. Schwab.com. Citigroup.com. Morganstanley.com. WellsFargo.com. BankOfAmerica.com. JPMorganChase.com. TD.com. US.HSBC.com. MUFGAmericas.com. Lists of banks at firsthand.co/best-companies-to-work-for/banking. Several lists. A list of banks at forbes.com/best-in-state-banks. Academy Bank, Kansas City, Missouri. Alta Bank, American Fork, Utah. American Nation Bank, Ardmore, Oklahoma. American Savings Bank, Honolulu, Hawaii. Armstrong Bank, Muskogee, Oklahoma. Artisans Bank, Wilmington, Delaware. Arvest Bank, Fayetteville, Arkansas. Associated Bank, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Bancorp South, Tupelo, Mississippi. Bank Independent, Sheffield, Alabama. Bank of Colorado, Fort Collins, Colorado. Bank of Hawaii, Honolulu, Hawaii. Bank of New Hampshire, Laconia, New Hampshire. Bank of Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Bank OZK, Little Rock, Arkansas. Bank RI, Providence, Rhode Island. Banner Bank, Alta Pacific Bank, Walla Walla, Washington. Bath Savings Institution, Bath, Maine. BBVA, Bilbao, Spain. BMO Harris Bank, Chicago, Illinois. Cape Cod, Hyannis, Massachusetts. Capital One, McLean, Virginia. Centier Bank, Merrillville, Indiana. Central Pacific Bank, Honolulu, Hawaii. Citibank, New York, New York. A list of U.S. banking companies. Allen & Co. 711 Fifth Avenue. 9th floor. New York, New York, 10022. 212-832-8000. Fax, 212-832-8023. Bank of America. 100 North Tryon Street, Charlotte, North Carolina 28255. 704-388-2547. Fax, 704-386-6699. Buffet.com. Bank of New York. 1 Wall Street, New York, New York 10286. Tel, 212-495-1784. Fax, 212-809-9528. bankofnewyork.com. Bank of America, Global. Corporate and Investment. Banking Division. 9 West 57th Street, New York, New York 10019. 212-583-8900. 100 North Tryon Street, Charlotte, North Carolina 28255. 800-432-1000. bankofamerica.com. Barclays Capital. 5 The North Colonnade, Canary Wharf, London, E14 4BB. United Kingdom. Plus 44-20-76-23-2323. 200 Park Avenue, New York, New York 10166. 212-412-4000. Barcap.com. Bear Stearns. 383 Madison Avenue, New York, New York 10179. 212-272-2000. Fax, 212-272-4785. BearStearns.com. BMO Capital Markets. 111 W Monroe, Chicago, Illinois 60603. Recruiting contact, 866-377-1866. BMO.com. bmocm.com/about-us/campus recruiting. Brown Brothers Harriman & Co. 140 Broadway, New York, New York 10015-1101. 212-483-1818. Fax, 212-493-8545. bbh.com. CIBC World Markets. 300 Madison Avenue, New York, New York 10017. 212-856-4000. CIBCWM.com. Citigroup Inc. 399 Park Avenue, New York, New York 10043. 800-285-3000. Fax, 212-793-3946. Citigroup.com. Citigroup Corporate and Investment Banking. 388 Greenwich Street, New York, New York 10013. 212-816-6000. CitigroupCIB.com. Citigroup Corporate and Investment Banking. 388 Greenwich Street, NYC 10013. 212-816-6000. oncampus.citigroup.com. Citizens Financial Group. 1 Citizens Plaza, Providence, Rhode Island 02930. Citizensbank.com. Cowen & Company, LLC. 1221 Avenue of the Americas, New York, New York 10020. 646-562-1000. Fax, 646-562-1741. Cowen.com. Credit Suisse. 11 Madison Avenue, 10th floor, NYC 10010. Credit-Suisse.com/standout. uscampus.recruiting@credit-suisse.com. creditsuisse.com/standout. Deutsche Bank. 60 Wall Street, New York, New York 10005. 212-250-2500. db.com. Dresdner Kleinwort. 1301 Avenue of the Americas, New York, New York 10019. 212-969-2700. DresdnerKleinwort.com. Evercore Partners. 55 East 52nd Street, 43rd floor, New York, New York 10055. 212-857-3100. Fax, 212-857-3101. Evercore.com. Friedman, Billings, Ramsey. Group. 1001 19th Street North, Arlington, Virginia 22209. 703-312-9500. Fax, 703-312-9501. FBR.com. Gleacher Partners. 660 Madison Avenue, 19th floor, New York, New York 10021. 212-418-4200. Fax, 212-752-2711. gleacher.com. Goldman, Sachs & Co. 85 Broad Street, New York, New York 10004. Recruiting contact 212-902-1000. gs.com/careers. Greenhill & Co. 300 Park Avenue, New York, New York 10022. 212-389-1500. Greenhill-co.com. Houlihan Lokey Howard and Zukin. 1930 Century Park West, Los Angeles, California 90067. 310-553-8871. Fax, 310-553-2173. HLHZ.com. HSBC Holdings. 8 Canada Square, London, UK E145HQ. Plus 44-020-7991-8888. Fax, plus 44-020-7992-4880. HSBC.com. Jeffries & Company Incorporated. 520 Madison Avenue, 12th floor, New York, New York 10022. 212-284-2550. Jeffries.com. JP Morgan. 270 Park Avenue, New York, New York 10017. 212-270-6000. Fax, 212-270-2613. jpmorgan.com. Keefe, Bruyette, and Woods. The Equitable Building. 787 7th Avenue 4th floor, New York, New York 10019. 212-887-7777. kbw.com. LaSalle Bank Corporation. 135 South LaSalle Street, Chicago, Illinois 60603. 312-904-2000. LaSalleBank.com. Lazard. 30 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, New York 10020. 212-632-6000. Lazard.com. Lehman Brothers. 745 7th Avenue, New York, New York 10019. 212-526-7000. Fax, 212-526-8766. Lehman.com. M&T Bank Corporation. 1 M&T Plaza, 11th floor, Buffalo, New York 14203. Recruiting contact, 716-842-5445. manbank.com/campus. Macquarie Group. 125 West 55th Street. New York, New York, 10019. 212-231-1000. Fax, 212-231-1010. Macquarie.com/us. Merrill Lynch. 250 VC Street. 4, World Financial Center. NYC 10080. ml.com/careers. Morgan Stanley. 1585 Broadway. New York, New York, 10036. 212-761-4000. Fax, 212-762-0575. morganstanley.com. Morgan Keegan. Morgan Keegan Tower. 50 Front Street 17th floor. Memphis, Tennessee, 38103. 901-524-4100. Fax, 901-579-4406. morgankeegan.com. Nomura Holdings. 2, World Financial Center. Building B. New York, New York, 10281-1198. 212-667-9300. Fax, 212-667-1058. Nomura.com. Peter J. Solomon Company. 520 Madison Avenue. New York, New York, 10022. 212-508-1600. Fax, 212-508-1633. pjsc.com. Piper Jaffray & Co. 800 Nicollet Mall. Suite 800. Minneapolis, Minnesota, 55402-7020. 612-303-6000. Fax, 612-303-8199. piperjaffray.com. Raymond James Financial. 880 Carillon Parkway. St. Petersburg, Florida 33716. 727-567-1000. Fax, 727-567-5529. rjf.com. RBC Capital Markets. Royal Bank Plaza. 200 Bay Street. Toronto, Ontario, M5J2W7. 416-842-2000. Fax, 416-842-8033. 1 Liberty Plaza. 165 Broadway. New York, New York, 10006. 212-858-7000. rbccm.com. Robert W. Baird & Co. Baird. 777 East Wisconsin Avenue. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53202. 414-765-3500. Fax, 414-765-3633. rwbaird.com. Rothschild North America. 1251 Avenue of the Americas. 51st floor. New York, New York, 10020. 212-403-3500. Fax, 212-403-3501. Rothschild.com. Sandler O'Neill Plus Partners, LP. 919 3rd Avenue. 6th floor. New York, New York, 10022. 212-466-7800. SandlerO'Neill.com. SunTrust Banks Incorporated. 303 Peachtree Street Northeast. Atlanta, Georgia, 30308. SunTrust.com/campus. The Blackstone Group. 345 Park Avenue. New York, New York, 10154. 212-583-5000. Fax, 212-583-5712. Blackstone.com. Thomas Weasel Partners. 1 Montgomery Street, San Francisco, California, 94104. 415-364-2500. Fax, 415-364-2695. tweasel.com. UBS Investment Bank. 299 Park Avenue, New York, New York, 10171. 212-821-3000. 677 Washington Boulevard, Stamford, Connecticut, 06901. 203-719-3000. ibb.ubs.com. Wachovia. 301 South College Street, Suite 400. Charlotte, North Carolina, 28288. 704-374-6161. Fax, 704-383-0996. Wachovia.com. Wachovia Corporation. 301 South College Street, Suite 4000, 1 Wachovia Center, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28288. Wachovia.com/careers. Wells Fargo. 420 Montgomery Street, San Francisco, California, 94163. 800-411-4932. Fax, 415-677-9075. wellsfargo.com. William Blair & Company. 222 West Adams Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60606. 312-236-1600. Fax, 312-368-9418. williamblair.com. W.R. Hambrecht Plus Co. 539 Bryant Street, Suite 100. San Francisco, California, 94107. 415-551-8600. Fax, 415-551-8686. wrhambrecht.com. Some bank HQs. Refer to Polk's Bank Directory. Here are a few headquarter addresses of some major banks. Bank of America. 555 South Flower Street, La California, 90071. 213-228-4567. Buffet.com. Bank of America. 335 Madison Avenue, NYC 10017. 212-503-7000. Buffet.com. Bank of Boston. 100 Federal Street, Boston, Massachusetts, 02110. 617-434-2200. Bank of New England. 28 State Street, Boston, Massachusetts, 02106. 617-742-4000. Bankers Trust. 299 Park Avenue, NYC 10017. 212-775-2500. Central National Bank. 800 Superior Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44114. 216-344-3000. Chase Manhattan Bank. Chase Manhattan Plaza, NYC 10081. 212-552-2222. Chemical Bank. 277 Park Avenue, NYC 10172. 212-310-6161. Citibank. 399 Park Avenue, NYC 10043. 212-559-1000. Citizens and Southern National Bank. 35 Broad Street, Atlanta, Georgia, 30399. 404-581-2121. Connecticut Bank and Trust. 1 Constitution Plaza, Hartford, Connecticut, 06115. 203-244-5000. Continental Bank. 231 South LaSalle Street, Chicago, Illinois 60693. 312-828-2345. Crocker Bank. 1 Montgomery Street, West Tower, San Francisco, California 94104. 415-983-2000. European American Bank. 10 Hanover Square, NYC 10015. 212-437-4300. Federal Reserve System. 20th NCSTS. NW. Washington, D.C. 20551. 202-452-3000. Work as an examiner for the government. Fidelity Bank. Broad and Walnut STS. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19109. 215-985-6000. First Chicago Corp. 1 First National Plaza, Chicago, Illinois 60670. 312-732-8048. First City National Bank of Houston. 1001 Main Street, Houston, Texas 77002. 713-658-6011. First Union National Bank, Charlotte, North Carolina 28288. 704-374-3565. Fleet National Bank. 55 Kennedy Plaza, Providence, Rhode Island 02903. 401-278-6000. Florida National Bank. POB 689. Jacksonville, Florida 32201. 904-359-5111. Goldome. 1 FDN Plaza, Buffalo, New York 14203. 716-847-5800. Great Western Bank. 800-367-5545. Interfirst Bank. POB 83120. Dallas, Texas 75283. 214-744-7723. Irving Trust. 1 Wall Street, NYC 10015. 212-487-2121. Manufacturers Hanover Trust Co. 320 Park Avenue, NYC 10022. 212-644-7782. Marine Midland Bank. 140 Broadway, NYC 10015. 212-440-1000. Maryland National Bank. 225 North Calvert Street, Baltimore, Maryland 21202. 301-244-5000. Mellon Bank. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 15230. 412-232-4100. Mid-Atlantic National Bank. Metro Park Plaza, Edison, New Jersey 08818. 201-321-8000. Morgan Guaranty. 23 Wall Street, NYC 10004. 212-483-2323. National City Corp. 1900 East 9th Street, Cleveland, Ohio 44114. 216-575-2000. NatWest USA. 44 Wall Street, NYC 10005. 212-623-4000. Philadelphia National Bank. Broad and Chestnut STS. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19101. 215-629-3100. Seattle First National Bank. 10010 4th Avenue, Seattle, Washington, 98214. 206-583-3131. Security Pacific National Bank. 333 South Hope Street. La California, 90071. 213-613-6211. Texas American Bank. POB 2050. FT. Worth, Texas, 76113. 817-338-8191. Texas Commerce Bank. 712 Main. Houston, Texas, 77001. 713-236-4865. Union Bank. 445 S. Figueroa. La California, 90071. 213-236-5000. Valley National Bank. POB 71. Phoenix, Arizona, 85001. 602-261-2900. Wells Fargo Bank. 475 Sansom Street. San Francisco, California, 94163. 415-396-0123. World Bank. 1818 H. St. N.W. Washington, D.C. 20433. 202-477-1234. Chapter 3. Credit Unions and Community Banks. American Credit Unions info/credit union websites. Credit unions might be a better alternative to a bank for your money matters because they usually have lower service fees if any and offer higher interest rates on savings. Credit unions are different from banks in one way. They are not-for-profit institutions established to help their members do financial transactions without all the expenses and difficulties in getting a loan associated with a regular bank. Credit unions have some standard or stipulation that you must meet before they say they will give you membership, but from my experience, all I had to was say I met their stipulation with a nod of my head and they let me join. They want members. It's good for business. The concept behind a credit union is like a co-op. The members pool their savings into one pot, then lend it to each other at rates generally lower than what the banks charge. Credit unions generally have less stringent lending requirements and lower service fees than banks. Federal credit unions are regulated by the Federal Credit Union Act and insured up to $100,000 per account. Go to commonbond.com/cu.html for a list of credit unions online. asmarterchoice.org. creditunion.com. cutimes.com. findabetterbank.com. self-help.org, find an online credit union. coopcu.com. creditunion.coop. creditunions.com. cujournal.com. culaand.com. cu.net.au/publi_deck.html. cuweb.com. cuttinggfcu.org, Cutting Edge Federal Credit Union. transfcu.com/prodzrv/savings.html, Transportation Federal Credit Union, Products and Services. AddisonAvenue.com. bankingmyway.com. creditunionl.com. abcul.org/members.cfm, British Credit Unions. atlfcu.org, Atlantic Federal. sacfcu.com, SAC Federal Credit Union, serving the communities of Sarpy County, Ralston, Louisville, and Plattsmouth, Nebraska. bmecu.org, Boulder Municipal Employees. centcoastfcu.com, Credit Union, Monterey Area, CA. commonbond.com/cu.html. ecunion.org, Everett. firstfederalcu.org, Credit Union. humefcu.org, Houston Municipal Employees Credit Union. woccu.org, World Council of Credit Unions. dfcufinancial.com, Credit Union, Michigan. Credit Union Executive Society. POG 14167. Madison, Wisconsin, 53714-0167. 800-252-2664. 608-271-2664. Credit Union National Association. 5710 Mineral Point. RD. Madison, Wisconsin, 53705. 800-356-9655. 800-356-8010. 800-358-5710. 608-356-9655. CUNA.org. Trade Group for Credit Unions. List of local credit unions and whether you are eligible to join them. National Association of Federal Credit Unions. 3138 North 10th Street. Number 300. Arlington, Virginia, 22201. 703-522-4770. NAFCUnet.org. NAFCU.org. The National Credit Union Administration. National Credit Union Administration. 1775 Duke Street. Alexandria, Virginia, 22314-3428. 703-518-6330. 703-518-6480, data. ncua.gov. Federal agency which regulates credit unions. Send for free publications and a list of credit unions in your local area. National Credit Union Administration Regional Offices. 9 Washington Square, Washington Ave. EXT. Alba, NYC 12205. 518-464-4180. 1775 Duke Street. Number 4206. Alexandria, Virginia 22314. 703-838-0401. 7000 Central Parkway. Number 1600. Atlanta, Georgia 30328. 404-3966-4042. 4225 Naperville Road. Number 125. Lisle, Illinois 60532. 708-245-1015. 4807 Spicewood Springs Road. Number 5200. Austin, Texas 78759. 512-482-4500. 23300 Clayton Road. Number 31350. Concord, California 94520. 510-825-6125. Community banks/alternative credit unions. These institutions are more likely to give you better banking service, offer low or no fees and make loans to socially conscious businesses and low-income home buyers. America's Community Bankers. 900 19th Street Northwest. Number 400. Washington, D.C. 20006. 202-857-3100. acbankers.org. Independent Bankers Association. 1 Thomas Circle. NW. Number 950. Washington, D.C. 20005. 202-659-8111. 800-422-8439. ebaa.org. 5,000 plus community banks. Savings and Community Bankers of America. 900 19th Street Northwest. Number 400. Washington, D.C. 20006. 202-857-3100. Trade Group for Savings and Loan Companies, free publications. greenpages.org. relmoney.org. socialinvest.org, 800-58 Green. ipswichasavings.com, Ipswich Cooperative Bank, Ipswich, MA. sharonco-upbank.com, the Sharon Cooperative Bank. rccu.net, Roseau Cooperative Credit Union Ltd. Alternatives Credit Union. Ithaca, New York. 607-273-4666. Alternatives.org. Bank of Newport, Portland, or 503-224-4245. westcoastbancorp.com. communitybankbay.com. San Francisco, 510-271-8400. Community Capital Bank, NYC, 718-802-1212. Elkhorn Bank, Arkansas, Mississippi, 870-246-5811. ebt.com. Louisville Community Bank, Louisville, KY, 502-778-7000. Maritanabank.com. ncbsavingsbank.com. Hillsborough, O. 937-393-4246. Self-Help Credit Union, 800-966-7353. self-help.org. Shore Bank, 800-669-7725. sbk.com. Vermont Development Credit Union, 802-865-3404. vdcu.org. wainwrightbank.com. Boston, 617-478-4000. A list of credit unions at forbes.com/best-in-state-credit-unions. First Mid-America Credit Union, Bethalto, Illinois. Three Rivers Credit Union, Fort Wayne, Indiana. A+ Federal Credit Union, Austin, Texas. Achieva Credit Union, Dunedin, Florida. Addition Financial, Lake Mary, Florida. Advantus Credit Union, Portland, Oregon. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, St. Paul, Minnesota. Alabama Credit Union, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Alaska USA Federal Credit Union, Anchorage, Alaska. All-In Credit Union, Daleville, Alabama. All South Federal Credit Union, Columbia, South Carolina. Altona Federal Credit Union, Billings, Montana. America First Credit Union, Riverdale, Utah. American Eagle Financial Credit Union, East Hartford, Connecticut. American Heritage Federal Credit Union, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Apple Federal Credit Union, Fairfax, Virginia. Arizona Central Credit Union, Phoenix, Arizona. Accentra Credit Union, Bettendorf, Iowa. Avadian Credit Union, Birmingham, Alabama. Baltimore County Employees Federal Credit Union, Towson, Maryland. Barksdale Federal Credit Union. Barksdale AFB, Louisiana. Bayer Heritage Federal Credit Union, Proctor, West Virginia. Bayport Credit Union, Newport News, Virginia. BECU, Tukwila, Washington. Bethpage Federal Credit Union, Bethpage, New York.